Hello everybody. I hope that this works out. I tried to film this the other night. My lighting has been so terrible lately. So anyway, I'm going to try this one more time. This is my September Tsunami Rose project. And she sent a lot of really pretty things, but she also sent some Halloween items. And I love Halloween. So I decided to do a haunted house themed book. And the front cover is pretty interactive. I'll show you. This is a book that I gutted, and I thought everything was going to fit. It grew. I don't know why this does this to me, but it happens. So there we go. So I had a little trouble trying to find out, or trying to figure out how to do the binding or the closure. Anyway, so this is an interactive front cover, like I said, because when I think of haunted houses, in the books and the movies, you know, they always have secret passages and little niches where things are hiding, and so I kind of wanted to do something similar to that with this book. So the first thing that we notice is these are butterbee scraps, and this one is too, and I just wrote haunt, and I had some other things that I wanted to put on here, but again, it got too big. Anyway, so the first thing that we're going to do is on this window, we're going to take that out, so take away those scary ghosties, but then there's another kind of freaky person hanging out in the window there, and if we take that out, there's an even freakier gal staring at you there. And the doors do open. They don't creak though, darn it. And I don't know if you can tell in the video, but it's a hallway, and it's pretty yucky looking in that hallway. Looks like a haunted house to me. So that's the front cover. And when I was growing up, I lived in a house that had some spooks in it. They were nice spooks. Nothing, they weren't mean ghosties or by any means, but so I've always been fascinated with haunted houses. So this front side here, if you lift up this curtain, you'll see a window, and if you look out the window, there's the trees and the moon, which, you know, if you look out a ghostly window, I imagine that's what you'd see. So I used a lot of her tags and papers. I used Halloween tags, Witch's Brew printable kit, and the Halloween big ephemera. That's what I used. And then I had my own stash. These things just kind of reminded me of like old wallpaper that you would see. And this is a Seven Gypsies folio that I thought was pretty cute. And a lot of my inspiration for this came from Ed and Lorraine Warren. They were famous haunted house explorers, I guess you'd say. And probably the one that everyone has heard of is the house in Amityville. And this is one of the blueprints from the house in Amityville. Did a lot of sewing on this one. This is one of Daisy's Witch's Brew pages, and you can see it looks like, you know, old, gross wallpaper. So that's what that is. Here's another one of hers. It's the big ephemera. And there's a, it's supposed to be a photo slide, but I turned it into kind of a microscope slide with some real blood. Actually, it's ink, so. But here's one of the examples of hidden things. There's a pocket here. This folds down, and then there's also a pocket back here. And in that pocket, this is a famous hotel, the Stanley Hotel. and that is in Estes Park, which is just a few hours from me. And that is where Stephen King was staying, supposedly, when he got his inspiration for The Shining and the Overlook Hotel. And they do say that the Stanley is haunted, so I haven't been there yet. I'd love to. One of my tags out of scraps. There's a Tsunami Rose flower that I grunged up. And you'll just see bits and pieces of that all through. And this is one of my favorite pages. It's blood! Actually, it's paint. So. And here's another Warren house that they investigated. And that is the Perron house. And if you watch movies, that's the house from The Conjuring. And that was supposedly a true story. And here's some more little things. These are fun. These are from Shayna. When we were down in Texas, she had all kinds of papers with her. So we sat around one day and made tags and borders and all kinds of fun stuff. So here's a little envelope here with some Tsunami Rose spare paper in it. I don't like to waste anything, as you know. And this is a Tim Holtz person, you know, the packages of people, and once you put like something over their eyeballs, it gets kind of freaky, so that's what that is. And again, here's a little secret flip. And this was a book page that fit so well. It said, it was just what I wanted, a haunted house. So that's in there. Also down in Texas, Dolly and I went out for some nature walks, and I found this feather. Looks like maybe a crow or a raven. I don't know if it is, but that's what it looks like. These are both daisies. I used her stuff everywhere because it totally fits. I love it. Lots of sewing. That was fun. This is 3 signatures. And there is about 6 or 8 pages per signature. And this is one of her flowers that just really looked well with this old wallpaper looking stuff. This little tag here says Spirit of Salts, and I don't know what that is, but it sounds kind of weird. And a Ouija card, which I think was from April. She got those down in Texas. And some more little of Daisy's tags. Is that the coolest? I love those. This is a napkin from Angie, and it fit perfectly. This kind of reminds me of Edgar Allan Poe. You know, he wrote some strange things, didn't he? And here, if you are a fan of literature, Shirley Jackson wrote The House on Haunted Hill, and one of the main characters was Dr. John Montague, so here's a little letter from him. And here's a little secret tab here. This is another one of Daisy's sheets, but if you fold it down, there's something hidden back here, and it looks like a little business card from Madame Alicia. So that's hidden back there. And like I say, I wanted to put so much in here, but it got so darn big. And there's just some little writing paper in here. There's another one of those microscope slides with something really gross looking right there. Some extra writing paper with a lace pocket. And this is a page from Dolly's Witch's Brew. I love it. Just put some spare material there. These are 2 of her tags that I just put a brad in to make them stand together. Here's another little secret passage there. And this is a freaky little tag. The guy's name is M.E. Close. Me Close. I thought that was so funny. And this is an envelope that Shayna taught us how to make down in Texas. And it's an old dictionary page that I just kind of grunged up, put some red on it to make it look kind of bloody. And there's some little writing scraps in there as well. That was so much fun, learning how to do these new things. And this page is also a Stephen King reference. The movie Rose Red, about the house that kept building itself and rearranging itself. So I put the word build here. There's a little compartment here. And then this side is the gates to Rose Red. That's what that represents. And this is a picture of Thornwood Castle. And that is where Rose Red was actually filmed. And this is a real place. And you can go stay there. And I believe it's in Seattle. And it's really pretty. And there's a really neat story behind it too, if you check that out. Google that. It's more of Daisy's cool stuff. This was just some random words that I found. Things happen. And there's another one of her flowers. This is the Herman Grima house, and that is in New Orleans. It's supposed to be a very haunted house. On my next trip down to see my daughter, that's what I want to do, is do the haunted house walk. Or one of them. There's several, I guess. There's another little pocket, and then there's a pocket in the pocket. A little tag here. This is another Seven Gypsies file folder, and I sewed just some random strips in there. And I bought this stamp quite a while ago, and it was pretty cheap, but then when I started using it, I'm like, oh, well, now I know why. The T is gone, but I use it anyway because I think it's cool. So and then there's a little pocket here with yet another little secret book there. And I love these dancing skeletons. They just slay me. They're so cute. And Terry was so nice to make some coffee dyed paper for all of us, so I had some extras. Yay. This Ouija is also Daisy's. That's cool. And here's another little secret passage. This is a glassine. And then there's a little pocket back here, and this represents all the films of these haunted houses. That's from Shayna. And then also there's a pocket here with some of Daisy's ephemera in there. And this is another haunted house, the Snedeker. I don't know if I'm saying that right. The Snedeker house, and I believe that's in New Jersey, and that was another house that the Warrens investigated and said may be haunted. 237 is a reference back to the Stanley Hotel, the Overlook Hotel. That's the room where the ghost lady lived, in that hotel. And this is an old envelope. And there's a tag in here, one of the tags that I make out of my scraps. Cool little spread here. I had so much fun making this. I didn't want to stop, but I had to. And here's some little hidden tags here, here, and back here. That's a little raven that I cut out of Daisy's tags. Here's some more tags, some more writing paper. so much fun. This would be really nice to put like a nice picture or a nice journaling card on. And then if you flip it up, there's a little, let me see if I can get there, a little secret pocket up here. And in that secret pocket, I found this poem called Night. And it was written for Miss Mary Jacob by A.J. Henry. And it's a little Halloweenish type poem that I printed off. I thought that was really cute. So that's hidden back here. And then this also flips. This would be another little nice place to journal. You can flip that. There's a little place back here. And there's some nice journaling space here. And this is also a tuck with some of Daisy's flowers. And I just had so much fun making all these different secret passages, I guess you'd say. And you can use this as a tuck. And there's a little piece of scrap paper there. Of course, the best day of the year, the 31st. That is Daisy's paper. Again, it looks like old wallpaper. That's kind of in reference to all the haunted houses down in New Orleans. And there's a little pocket back here. Those are all Hermelinda tags. And the little scallop on the top there is some more of Daisy's paper that I had left over. And then back here, that's the last page with some more of that wallpapery looking stuff. And this is another picture. This is the Beauregard Keys house, also in New Orleans. And this was before they renovated it. And now it's a museum, a haunted museum kind of thing. So I'm looking forward to seeing that when I go down there too. All right, and that is my little haunted house book. I love it. And I wanted to get this up because I wanted to take it with me tomorrow. I'm doing an art show festival kind of thing tomorrow, and I wanted to take this with me and display it and have fun meeting people and talking about what I do. So thanks so much for watching, and everyone have a great weekend. I'll talk to you later.